What is up, everyone? I am your boy, Niners Sickness, accompanied with my co-host, Jess. How are we doing today?
It's game day. It's National Tight Ends Day. Let's go.
National Tight Ends Day. And what tight ends have done today, early this morning, are just been great. We're going to talk 49er football. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to preview the game. We're going to have fun on game day right after this.
What's up, faithful? Welcome to the Niners Now podcast. 2024 season is here. The time is now. Let's go. Go Niners.
You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Bang bang, not again. Bang bang, shit me low. Time to bring the bass dirt.
Okay.
Do it for the bang.
Okay.
Do it for the bang. Okay. You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Got a lot of sauce like this pasta. Pretty little face and I'm stacked like the roster. Clap, clap, clap for the best in the world. Tap, 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 tap in with your girl. Whole gang run it up. West side throw it up. Got the ops moving out the way when we pulling up. Deal dance. We just came through the end zone again. What you standing on? Real big business. City of the dubs, you know we stay winning.
Okay.
Do it for the Bay. What's up,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen? If that did not fire you up, I don't know what will. It is game day. We're going to watch the Niners handle their business against the Dallas Cowboys today on Sunday Night Football. Jess, are you ready for some fun?
I am pumped up. I am ready to roll. We still got some time, but let's get this rolling. Let's go.
Let's go. So the game starts today at 5:20 Sunday Night Football. We're going to, so much to talk about. Thank you for joining us. We put this at the last minute, so I expect people to come in as they see it pop up on the screen. But always remain faithful. My brother from a different mother, 49ers Throwback, always tunes in. Thanks for tuning in, faithful. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. Game day. Let's go Niners. That's what I'm talking about,
Throwback?
baby. And then we got Daniel Cantu. What's up, Beto and Jess? What's up, Daniel?
Hey, Daniel.
We got Jimmy in the house. What's up, Jimmy? What's good, everyone? What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy.
And we got Brad Lodge coming in. Let's go Niners. What's up, Brad?
Let's go.
Let's go. So, Jess, what are you looking forward today? Which player? Obviously, we want all players to do good. But name me a player on offense and a player on defense that you just want them just to go bananas today on the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, today is a national holiday. It's National Tight Ends Day. So on offense, I am going with George Kittle. On his birthday week, he went off on the Seattle Seahawks. I expect him today to go off on the Cowgirls. On defense, I'm looking for a little Nick Bosa, Leonard Floyd, and that interior D line. Let's go. Let's get this dub.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm also with you, George Kittle. You know, for those that don't know, you've been hearing throughout the NFL today, especially if you watch the replays on NFL and you watch what is it called when it shows you all the red zone. They've been mentioning National Tight Ends Day. And if you guys are not aware, which I believe you guys are, but just in case there's that one that is not aware, remind us, Jess, who invented National Tight Days? Look at her jersey, by the way. But
It was George Kittle, and I believe it was Jimmy Garoppolo had a hand in that as well. It started the 2019 season. And then from there, it just took off, and now it's remembered every year. It's usually the last weekend in October, and we are the last weekend in October, and that's today. And what better way to do it than against the Cowgirls and Sunday Night Football?
exactly, man. Let's beat those Cowboys. Cowboys are coming off a bye, but they have injured players as well. A lot of their key players on defense will not be available today. Their lead pass rusher will be out. They are bringing up Dalvin Cook, which they signed a few weeks ago. Finally got him off the practice squad. They are desperate. They can't run the ball, and they can't stop the run. So for us, just all the Niners got to do, it's cliche when I say it, but it's the truth. Run the ball and stop the run. And I believe we can do that today. And if we do that, we will have a victory by the end of Sunday Night Football. I would love to see Mason and Gorendo between them get at least 28 to 30 touches. We do that, this game will be a dub.
We definitely need to run the ball. They're terrible against the run. But hey, you know what? We run the ball. That opens up the play action pass. We get back to 49ers football, and what better game to do it than on Sunday night and going into the bye?
Yeah, going into the bye with a dub is much nicer than going into the bye with a loss. I know the season hasn't gone particularly the way that we Niner fans wanted it to go. Being 3-4 is not exactly what a lot of us expectations were going into the season, but we are where we're at. I have a lot of confidence in our coach, Kyle Shanahan. I know a lot of Niner fans are not too happy with him, but I still have confidence in him. I have confidence in our quarterback, Brock Purdy. Did he have a bad game last Sunday against the Chiefs? Absolutely. But name me a quarterback, Jess, that doesn't have a bad week during the season. I remember Steve Young in 1994 against the Philadelphia Eagles when they lost 40-8, and he was actually pulled by Coach George Seifert. He had a bad day. Now, we know how that season turned out. We don't know what this season is going to become yet, but quarterbacks have bad games. I believe in Brock Purdy. I believe that he'll bounce back, and this is a game for him to put up some numbers against this Cowboys defense. What are your thoughts of Brock Purdy's performance, and do you agree or disagree with a lot of the critics, what they've been saying about him during this past week?
He did have a bad day at the office against the Chiefs. What we fail to realize sometimes is that these football players are human beings, and they do have bad days, just like all of us. So he did have a bad day at the office. Kyle didn't do so well either, from his standpoint. And, I look for this game to be a bounce back game for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I expect Brock to have a 3-touchdown type of day, over 250 yards. Again, the Cowboys defense is not playing with all cylinders. They're missing their top pass rusher. They're missing their top D-back, corner, or safety there. Now, when we played the Rams in week 3, they were missing their top receivers, and yet we found a way to lose. So is it possible? Yes. But I think the Niners are such a veteran team. I've been hearing rumors that CMC is on his way back. Yes, unfortunately, we lost BA for the year. Prayers to him and his family for a speedy recovery. But Greenlaw's on track and coming back. Hufanga is on track and coming back. If we can just stay afloat until we get our guys back, we should be good. And this is a good time to beat the Cowboys, go into the bye, get a lot of our players back healthy, and then just start the second half of the season and go on a tear.
We're 3-4. We've been down this road before. The bye is next week. All we have to do is win this game and go into the bye. That's all we have to do. And I believe that we have the veteran leadership to do it. We're wearing our 94 throwback jerseys tonight, the red ones. looking good, feeling good, playing good. Let's do it.
And it's National Tight End Day, so I expect Kittle to be on his A game. Not that he isn't. Now I know he's playing with an injury, so we got to see where he's at there. But if we know Kittle, the guy has a lot of heart, and he'll do and give everything he has within him to try to give us a good game and give us a victory at the end of tonight's game. I expect it to be fun. It's a rivalry that has gone back for years. Now, the rivalry hasn't been the same lately. We have owned the Cowboys. We beat the Cowboys in their house. We beat the Cowboys in our house. It doesn't matter where we play. We pretty much handle the Cowboys. So I don't expect it to be any different, but both teams are playing with injured players. Both teams don't have, I believe they have the same record. If not, the Cowboys are worse, but not by much. So this victory, Jess, I think is important. It is something to be built on going into the bye week, getting some of our players back. And like I said, hopefully just winning, stacking up wins, get to the playoffs. Once you make it to the playoffs, whether you win the division or not, you have a good chance. Now, the division, the Cardinals won today. The Seattle, I believe they're losing. The Rams won a game that I did not expect the Rams to win against the Vikings. So this division is getting a little bit better, but it's not strong. So I believe, Jess, that this division is still up for grabs. If the Niners can just turn it around, get their players back, stack up wins, we should be able to get the top of the NFC West, win it, and then go from there.
Everything is going to happen at the right time. We're going to get this. We're going to win tonight. We're going to go into the bye. All signs are pointing towards Christian McCaffrey being available for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, which is November 10th, and I will be there. Thank God. Dre Greenlaw will be a few weeks from now. Talanoa Hufanga, there's still a chance that he comes back. John Feliciano is probably, there as well. But you know what? We got to get the dub tonight. First things first. I mean, the division, I believe that we still win the division, but we gotta take care of business tonight against the Cowgirls.
Yes, we do. And I feel good about today's game. I look at the matchup, and when I say I feel good, I'm not basing myself on emotions like, oh, I feel like goosebumps, so we're going to win. When I say I feel good, I look at the way the Cowboys have been playing. I've been watching the film. I stack up our players against their players, their strong suits and their weakness based on our strong suit and our weaknesses. And the Cowboys can't stop the run. I mean, they are getting... You think that we can't stop the run at times. The Cowboys are getting gashed all the time. We got Mason. We got Garendo. We got Debo. There's no reason why Kyle should abandon the run in this particular game. I think Kyle should emphasize running the ball to set up play action, to set up whatever Kyle wants to do. And I expect Brock Purdy to really step up, Jess. I don't expect him to have 2 bad weeks in a row. Brock Purdy's too elite. He's too smart. And I expect him to have a much better bounce game against Dallas. And we're going to beat Dallas by a 2-score margin.
Expect Brock Purdy to
What's up, Don?
be on his A game tonight. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to have another bad game because that's just not who he is. He's a very cerebral player, of the game, and I think he'll do pretty well tonight. And we need to run the ball. We need to run the hell out of the ball, and go from there. But we can't, that's 49ers football. Run the ball, play action pass. It opens up everything. That's what we have to do tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Run the ball and stop the run. And I think the Niners are very much capable of doing so. Go through those A gaps. I expect a big game today from Jordan Elliott. I like what he's been doing. He's quietly becoming better and better. Malik Collins has been steady. We're starting to see Floyd starting to step up, ramp up his engine, and Bosa hasn't got the credit that he deserves. I've been hearing Niner fans talking about how Bosa's not good this year, and I'm like, I don't know what they're looking at. Just now, if you're looking at it from the sacks perspective, no, but the guy has been pressuring quarterbacks all season long. And yes, we want these players to finish. We want the sacks, but I want a player to be, more importantly, disruptive. I want them to be in the backfield. I want quarterbacks to be hearing footsteps. I want quarterbacks not to be able to go through the reads because they are anticipating Bosa to be lurking somewhere. If he finishes with a sack, great. But to me, I've always said that those that watch my show, those that know me, I love sacks, but I prefer the players to put pressure. Pressure is more important to me than sacks because you're disrupting the quarterback. You're not letting them be comfortable in the pocket. And when your quarterback is not comfortable in the pocket, that's when the mistakes happen and your defense can capitalize. So I don't understand why the Niner fans, not all of them, but for majority, they have the hate for Bosa. What have your thoughts been from your side as a fan on what Bosa's done so far in the number of games that he's played in?
The sacks will come, but being disruptive in the backfield I agree with you, is definitely more important. He's had a lot of pressures, and he's doing his job. I mean, yeah, like the sack numbers aren't there, but hey, it is what it is. But you know what, like he needs to go off tonight. Leonard Floyd, that whole D line needs to eat tonight. And you know what, and they need to do their job, so it makes it easier for the secondary. And then all the pieces will fall into place.
Exactly. And I expect a big game from Bosa in the sack department. Bosa is not going to be denied. That Dallas Cowboys offensive line is not that great, hasn't been playing great. So I expect Bosa to have a heck of a game against that offense. And Leonard Floyd step up as well and bring that pressure. And I'm confident the guys in the middle. We still have Warner. I still have my reservations on Campbell, but he's been playing a little bit better. Not where I want him to be, but I understand he's up there in age and it is what it is. But he's been doing a little bit better. Now, when it comes to the secondary, Demo has been playing great football. Ward has been playing. Now, you got to remember, Ward has been playing all this season injured. And so he's been doing his thing back there. You got Hufanga that is still out, but Jair Brown has been handling his business. And the young kid, Mustafa, he's little by little building confidence, stacking up games, getting that experience. And I love and going to love to see the future of Jair Brown and Mustafa and Hufanga back there. The Cowboys, again, Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott. He has some good plays, but he's guaranteed to turn the ball over at least once during the game. With that said, Jess, who do you think Dak Prescott's going to give the ball to on the Niners side? Who's going to be the first player that is going to pick off Mr. Dak Prescott tonight?
You know what? Ooh, that's a good question, but I'm gonna go with Fred Warner because he was pretty quiet against Kansas City.
Oh, okay. What's up, Tommy?
So I think he's gonna, come into this game and, really, really wanting to pick off Dak. I expect him to bounce back. But the young guys like Renardo Green, Malik Mustafa, on the offensive side of the ball, Jacob Cowing, Ricky Pearsall, they all have the college experience. And I said this on my show the other night, like, so what better way to have these guys play than this game? They have the college experience, they have the games under their belt, so yeah, let them go out there and let them play, because in years past we've drafted guys that really didn't play too much college ball. And these guys like collectively have like the really good experience. So let them go out there, let them do their thing, and you know what? And they haven't disappointed.
Absolutely. And talking about experience, Jess, we're gonna these two players that I'm going to mention are going to have a great deal of opportunity to get experience. As you know, I mentioned earlier, but just in case somebody's been living underneath a rock, BA got hurt, ACL, MCL. He's done for the season. Prayers to him and his family. And then you got Jawan Jennings that is dealing with a hip issue. He may or may not play. Most likely, probably won't play. So we really going to need Ricky Parcell and Jacob Cowing to really begin to gain that experience. And I think it'll be good for them. Cowing last week against the Chiefs, I forgot how many yards it was, but he caught a deep ball, and that was exciting. But I expect Parcell and Jacob Cowing to be more part of this offense going forward. Let them build that experience. Let them stack it up. And then Debo's still there. We still have, what's his name? I'm always forgetting to pronounce his name. The vet, number 18, Chris Conley. Chris Conley, yes. And have him come in. What I don't want to see is number 10. I didn't want to see number 10 as a quarterback, and I really don't want to see number 10 as a receiver. It reminds me too much of Kyle Williams. For those that are younger, probably don't remember Kyle Williams. He was a receiver that wore number 10. He cost us a Super Bowl appearance against the Giants, but we're not going to revisit that. I want good play from our receivers, and I'm giving Ronnie Bell a little hard time. He's not that bad, but this year he has the drop hiccups. He can't catch a damn ball, so that's been frustrating. But I expect Ricky Parcell and Jacob Cowing to begin to get that experience. Before I let you go on, Jess, I just want to welcome Papa J that just came in. Bebop Jones is in the house. What's up, brother? We got Rand Althor in the house. Welcome. Who else am I? Brian Goodwin popped in. And the Mellow Trucker popped in. What's up, guys? Welcome, David Villa, for popping in into the show. Much appreciated. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We are going live on my channel as well, but I also have the Niners Now podcast YouTube channel up and running. We are going live there as well. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please go and do so. We would appreciate it. Go ahead, just jump in there.
We also got Jason Captain Niner and Ken Please.
Yes, that popped in. Thank you for bringing that up. And then my boy that I was just talking about to my wife during the week, Joseph Hayden. He is the bee guy. He works with bees 24/7. He's always surrounded with bees. My wife got scared this week from a bee, and we have two little bee nests, or whatever you want to call them, hives. And my wife's like, "Do you know what to do?" I'm like, "No." I go, "But I need to contact Joseph. He'll tell me what to do. He knows bees." So I'm glad to see you on the panel there, my friend. Perry Stevenson is in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Niners better kick the snot out of the cowgirls. Yeah,
Well said. Well
we
said.
we can't go into the bye. Listen, anything's possible. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. We cannot afford to go into the bye 3-5. 4-4 going into the bye is much nicer than 3-5. Now we just said this before. We've been at 3-5 in the past, and we made it to the championship. But we don't want to be testing history. We want to stack up wins. With that said, Jess, give me 3 keys to victory for the Niners on offense and 3 keys on defense. I want your expertise, girl.
Well, first off, we can't win, lose. Like, we have to be consistent. So stacking W's I agree with you. But 3 keys, let's see. On the offensive side of the ball, we got to run the ball. We have to get George Kittle involved, because not only is it National Tight Ends Day, it's the Cowboys are horrible against tight ends. And let's get Ricky Pearsall involved. Let's get Jacob Cowing involved. I'm sure they'll be ready. It's unfortunate what happened to BA, but as cliche as it sounds, next man up. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Nick Bosa, I'm looking for him to, have a great night. Leonard Floyd, the defensive line. If they, are activated on all cylinders, then it makes it easier for the secondary. I'm expecting Fred Warner to have a big game. I think he's going to have an interception. Like I said earlier, he was very quiet against Kansas City. And Demo Lenore, he's going to be someone to watch, because he popped up on the injury report this week with an illness. So he's going to be somebody to watch, but he's been on his game, and I expect nothing less from him tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, Rick Diaz says, Beto, I'm ready. Are you ready for today's game? Listen, I just created an intro for our show here. We got the lovely Jess in the front of the intro. We played it in the beginning. I'm going to play it again because I want everybody to get hyped up. Watch the intro. Let's get hyped up for this game. Here we go. Enjoy the intro.
What's up, faithful? Welcome to the Niners Now podcast. 2024 season is here. The time is now. Let's go. Go Niners.
You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Bang, bang. Not again. Bang, bang. Time to bring the bass dirt.
Okay.
Do it for the bang.
Okay.
Do it for the bang. Okay. You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Got a lot of sauce like this pasta. Pretty little face and I'm stacked like a roster. Clap, clap, clap for the best in the world. Tap, 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 tap in with your girl. Whole gang run it up. West side throw it up. Got the ops moving out the way when we pulling up. Deal dance. We just came through the end zone again. What you standing on? Real big business. City of the Dubs, we stay winning.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. If that doesn't get you fired up, I'm fired up. We're going to have a great game. There you go, Rick Diaz. Showed you that for you. Let's get fired up. Let's go. Let's get a dub. Let's just run over the Cowboys. No mercy. Let's just do everything right. Let's not turn over the ball, and let's capitalize on balls that they lose. I expect a great game. The Cowboys are not that good. The Niners got embarrassed, if you will, against the Chiefs. We can't beat the Chiefs owns us, blah, blah, blah. I know that the Niner players hold on to that. They don't like it, and they want to make a statement. Why not make a statement against the damn Cowboys by beating them by a double-digit score, Jess?
There's no reason to let the Dallas Cowboys hang around in this game. There's no reason whatsoever. We need to play 49ers football, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Yes, definitely. What's up, Terradome in the house? How you doing, my friend?
What's up, Pterodome?
Welcome. This is game day. Here we go. I love it. I love it. And then Papa J says, Jess, love that jersey. The jersey.
Papa J?
I wonder what jersey she's wearing. Which player is that? It's hard to always figure out what her favorite player is. Can anybody guess who's Jess' favorite offensive player is? Anybody? I want to hear you guess.
For those of you just joining us, happy National Tight Ends Day. If that doesn't give you a clue, I don't know what will, but
no kidding.
we
No
have
kidding.
we have to capitalize on this Cowboys team tonight. And you know what? Deebo Samuel's going to play. George Kittle's going to play. Let's get this going.
Yeah, absolutely. Our players are going to be there. I want to see a big game. You know what I'm interested in seeing having a good game is numero 44, Mr. Juice. I want to see Juice go off. Why not? Give him the ball. Use him as a receiver. Do screens with him.
Let's run that wheel route.
Yeah. Let's just Lad McConkey. What a last name. Just scored a long one. Oh, for the Chargers. I'm not watching since I'm doing the show, but I hope the Raiders.
I have him on my fantasy team.
I hope the Raiders is beating the Chiefs. I can't stand the Chiefs. I'm not a Raider fan, but for today and today only, if I'm going to root for a team that I don't like, it will be the Raiders. Now, the offense of the Raiders doesn't inspire much, but that defense with Max Crosby does. And they have, for some reason, they have the Chiefs' number. Let's get that first loss to the Chiefs, and why not doing it by a divisional game, and particularly by the Raiders. So if anybody can tell me, are the Raiders winning? Don't worry, there's no spoilers. If the Raiders are winning, now if the Raiders are losing, don't tell me. I don't agree with Ben calling Juice overrated, but yeah. I don't know about overrated, but they don't use them. Well, they use them a lot in the blocking scheme, which is much needed.
The problem, because if you actually watch the game of football, you'll know that Kyle Juszczyk is not overrated.
Yeah.
Just by his blocking, like when he's not out there, like last year, like when he was injured, and he missed like a game or two, or the year before, like you can tell when Juice is not on the field, because that's how influential he is, like in the blocking game, just getting open, like running routes, getting open. He probably has one of the best set of hands on the team.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he does. He catches some beautiful catches. We don't see Juice much because he's blocking. But I've seen Kyle dial up Pacific plays for him. And to be honest with you, I don't mind seeing a trick play. I want to see a trick play against these Cowboys. I want to, last year, our best players against their best players, we beat them 42-10. Okay. Now, both teams are coming in injured. They have injured players on both sides of the ball, but they still have Dak. They don't have a running game. They still have can't think of his name. I want to say Crabtree, but it's not Crabtree. Their receiver, CeeDee Lamb. They still have CeeDee Lamb, but they haven't had a run game. They are a one-dimensional team. And when you have a one-dimensional team, you as a defender can pin your ears back and go after the quarterback. You're not worried of over-pursuing and getting a running back to slash by you for yards. They can't run the game. Now, they did activate Dalvin Cook. He will play today. But Dalvin Cook hasn't been the Dalvin Cook there was with the Minnesota Vikings. So, and I don't expect them to have like a career day. So, if we can continue to keep them in that one-dimensional spot, I see the Niners defense being huge, victorious over that team. I just can't see them. And who else do they have besides CeeDee Lamb? Really? Based on the film that I watched, they're not that explosive. This is the thing, Jess. If the Niners lose, it would because the Niners beat themselves. The Niners cannot afford to beat themselves. They are the better team, even though we're injured, and they are injured. We're still the better team. We just cannot afford self-inflicted wounds. We can't get penalties on a, what I hate to see is a 15 to 20-yard run by Mason just to be called back because of an offensive holding. Let's try to be clean. Let's try to not have many mistakes. If we can do that, Jess, this game will be over before it even starts.
Yeah, we definitely need to play disciplined football because the penalties are no bueno. But we need to play 49er football. We're under the lights. Let's have some fun tonight. We don't need trick plays, but hey, you know what? It's the Cowboys, and I would love to see it. I would love to make them look stupid on primetime.
Well, J-Rod, what's up, J-Rod? Welcome to the show. Much appreciated. He's a Cowboys fan, and, I noticed, listen, all fan bases want their team to win. They have great expectations for their team, and when their team is not successfully providing that great product on the field, fans have the right to be upset. Cowboys are upset because as a fan of a Cowboys, when you have an off season the way they did, how do you expect to compete in the NFL when the rest of the teams are bringing in free agents to make the team better and the Cowboys are just doing nothing? Jerry Jones, and I can understand the frustration of a Cowboy fan. So his statement is that we don't need tricks. Why? Because all we got to do is run the ball and we can beat the Cowboys. So I got you, J-Rod. Welcome to the show. Enjoy the game tonight. It should be fun, definitely. You raise your hand.
Just a little update, Beto. Patrick Mahomes just threw an interception. He was like far in the red zone, in the end zone, I should say. And the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and the Raiders intercepted, and now it is 1st and goal.
Let's go Raiders. I'm not a Raider fan, a Niner fan, obviously, but can't stand the Chiefs. And if you don't know why, then I can't help you. But I can't stand the Chiefs. I'm sick of them. Jay Ross says, I'm sick of Jerry. See, listen, Jess, I can truly appreciate real fans. I don't care what team you root for. I love football first and foremost. I like to play that. My team is better than yours. That's all fun. But I love talking football. And we're going to keep it Niners, obviously. But when J-Rod says he hates Jerry Jones, that's a huge statement because a lot of Cowboy fans can't stand him. He's not the Jerry Jones of old. So I feel bad for you, J-Rod. I don't feel bad for your team. Cowboys suck. Always will suck in my opinion, but I do feel bad for legitimate fans that support, they put their money into their team, and this is what they're getting in return. No fan should ever have to go through something like that.
I'm a big fan of realistic fans.
Yes. I mean, everybody, fans that are just like, my team's the best, that's what they want to say, that's fine. I mean, if you're not talking highly about your team, why even be a fan? But be realistic also. Don't be unrealistic and understand when there's issues within your team. Like me personally, I will give credit where credit is due. I will talk highly about my coach, about the GM players, but when they screw up, now I'm afraid of Jess. I'm afraid of her. So I won't do it on this show. Because I don't want to, because I got a feeling she'll reach out through that camera and beat me up. So I'm not going to do it. But on my show, I will speak my mind. I will give credit where credit is due. And I will talk about the players if they do bad. What happened there? Just Raiders are messing that up?
The Raiders ran the ball 3 times, didn't do anything. They were like on the 1-yard line. They went for it on 4th and goal. Gardner Minshew took it and he got stuffed. So
On 4th down or 3rd?
4th down.
Wow. That's a bad offense. I told you that the defense is commendable for the Raiders, but that offense is just terrible. Terrible. See, when Brock Purdy doesn't have a great game and people want to chew him down, look at Trevor Lawrence with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He fumbled the ball in his own 3-yard line, which allow I forgot who played him to score. The Packers, I think, allow the Packers to score against them. So whenever a player doesn't play good for the Niners, you got to take everything into thought. All right, he didn't have a good game, but every time Brock Purdy plays, he's very good of decision making. He gets the ball where it needs to go, and for 9 out of 10, he'll make good plays. So Trevor Lawrence, a number 1 draft pick, the $55 million man, did not play like that today. So, man, I can't wait for today's game. I'm fired up. Who do you think is going to score first? I want to hear Jess answer, and I want to hear somebody in the comments. Which player of the San Francisco 49ers will score first? Go ahead, Jess.
Ooh.
What's up, Christian?
I think it's going to be Jordan Mason.
Now, is he going to score on a run or on a catch?
No, he's gonna run the ball in.
Okay, and how many yards do you think he'll have in that touchdown run?
I'd say about 5.
So you're looking at a red zone play, and him.
I am. Yep.
Okay, and he's smashing it in for a touchdown. I like it.
Yep.
Let me know, guys, in the comments. Do you agree with Jess? Do you believe that Jordan Mason will be the first player to score, or do you think it'll be a receiver to score, or might it be a pick 6? Interesting if it will be a pick 6 for a touchdown to score. Jimmy says George Kittle straight down the middle. I'm surprised you didn't say George. I was like, what?
You know what? I'm trying to be a little bit, I'm not trying to be that big of a homer,
Yeah, not a big Kittle homer. Hey, man, you love a player, you love a player. So be it. Christian Carver says, I'm going to go bold and say Ricky Parcell. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be nice. On a 55 or 60-yard bomb to Ricky Parcell, defender falls down, and Pearsall runs it all the way in to the end zone for a touchdown. And the crowd goes wild. That'll be fun, definitely, to watch. What game are you going to be going at, Jess? Again?
We're going to the Tampa Bay game.
Or after the bye.
Yep.
The Bucks. Oh, man, when I watched their uniform today, I remember that uniform when they used to actually play in the Crinsico uniform. Ugly. Bring that up. In your opinion, which team has the ugliest uniform that are now? Not the ugliest in the past, but now. And which team, non-49ers, has the best uniform in your opinion? So the ugliest first, and then the best non-49er uniform. You don't have to like the team. You could just like the uniform.
So I'm gonna have to go with Seattle.
As having the ugliest,
Yeah.
especially that green.
Yeah, like it's gross. Um, but I don't know about non 49er because I think the Niners have the best uniforms in my opinion.
That's why I said non
But
49er, because I know
I
you will go
know,
there.
I know. Um,
There are some nice uniforms out there, actually.
I don't know.
I'm a if obviously if it's the ugliest uniform for me is the Cincinnati Bengals. That uniform is like just blah. But the nicest one that I like, believe it or not, and it's within our division, that I like the Arizona Cardinals uniform. I like the bird. I love birds anyway, but the logo, the black with the maroon, it's pretty cool. I never really disliked the Cardinals as much as I dislike the Rams and the Seahawks. I think Cardinal fans are pretty cool. They're either too dumb to be rude, but they're pretty cool. Real quick, I just want to say welcome to this lovely lady. Says, "Go Niners! Let's go Niners!" Welcome, welcome. And Dawn agrees with you. She says, "I agree with the sea chickens are gross." Terry says, "If you got the best looking uniform," meaning the Niners. Yeah. Now there was a time, guys, that the Niners, for a year or 2 or 3 years, they went with that maroon color when Jeff Garcia was quarterback. I was not a big fan of that color. Were you?
No, I wasn't either.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the maroon, dark maroon. I like the red, the red and gold. So yeah. What does Terry say? If you have the best looking uniform, you got to win the game. Terry, let me know. Are you a Niner fan, by the way? If you are, great. If you're not, I don't mean to offend. I'm here in Roswell, NM. Help me out.
Mexico?
New Mexico. Oh, okay. Go
Buffalo
figure.
Bills are beating the Seattle Seahawks 31-3.
31-3?
Yes.
You gotta love that. You gotta love it.
That's
Now,
why it is imperative that we take care of business tonight.
especially since the Rams won and the Cardinals won, yes. If you want to continue to compete in that division, it's imperative to win. And I think the Niners will, unless they self-destruct. And I don't think this team is too
I
good
don't
to
think
do
they
that.
will.
Yeah,
I don't think they will. I think, to be honest with you, I think what happened against Kansas City kind of embarrassed them.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, let's be honest. I know we might not agree on this, but the Kansas City Chiefs are in or on the mind of the Niners because we haven't beaten the Chiefs lately. We lost to them twice in the Super Bowl. We lost them a couple years ago real bad. We lost again. So, psyche, they're in their heads. But that's over with. We moved off from them. Now, on the Cowboys on the other side, what I just said about the Niners against the Chiefs is the Cowboys against the Niners. The Cowboys feel the same way, and the Niners are playing at home. They got to win. Every team is a must win. But because the Rams won and the Cardinals, and being that the Seahawks are on top of the division right now, and they're losing, it is crucial for the Niners to go in tonight's game and handle their business and take care of the Cowboys. Go into the bye 4-4, regroup, look at what has worked, what hasn't worked, get those players that have been injured, hopefully the Greenlaws, hopefully the Christian McCaffreys, hopefully the Hufangas, players starting to come back, and hopefully Parcells and Jacob Cowing starting to pick up speed and being more productive on this team. And let's make a run. But let's make a run. Let's see how far we go. See how far we go. But one thing we cannot afford, in my opinion, is we can't afford any new injuries. This year hasn't been the 2020, but it's been damn close to the 2020 year. I think we had enough injuries in the first half, Jess. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I definitely would have to agree. That's why we need to win tonight and go into the bye, rest up, and reinforcements will be on the way.
Yep. And for Christian McCarver, listen, the Jets have been a disappointing team always. That's a lousy organization, terrible organization, and they are right where they need to be. Bringing in an old grouchy Aaron Rodgers, who got my boy Robert Saleh fired, who got I keep forgetting his name. He's the brother of the head coach of the Green Bay Packers now, who was the offensive coordinator of the Jets when Robert Saleh got hired there. And then here comes Aaron Rodgers the next year, and because he wanted Hackett, he had to let go of his offensive player. And
It was Mike LaFleur.
Mike LaFleur, thank you. And for me, it went downhill from there. And once Aaron Rodgers got there, I thought that Robert Saleh's days were numbered, and it happened to be so. And I don't feel that he deserved to get fired. He couldn't really do much with that guy there. So they're a trash, bro. They are a trashy organization for sure. Jimmy says, we going to embarrass them Cowboys. I like it. It says, hi Niner Beto and hi Niner Jess. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please make sure to hit that subscription and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. Me and Jess, we go live every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I go live with two of my co-hosts, Pete and Brandon, on Tuesdays at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. And then occasionally between those days, I may go live if I'm bored. This is what happens when you're retired. Sometimes I get bored. So hit that notification bell if you want to be kept in the loop of what's going on with the Niners Sickness podcast.
If I may, Beto.
Absolutely. Jump in there.
My show, the East Coast Red and Gold podcast, it's me, Ty Alston, Maddie B, and your girl Bex. We go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, 5 p.m. Pacific. This Wednesday, we're going to have Cam Inman on from the Bay Area News Group, sports group, I should say. And and then the following week, we're going to do a Salute to Service show. So we're going to have some Niner fans on who are either active military or retired. And we're looking forward to 2 great shows.
Yeah,
so come
absolutely.
on over, East Coast Red and Gold podcast, and like and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a great job over there. Great group of people, man. Very knowledgeable of their football. It consists of 2 guys and 2 girls. I love the combination over there, so make sure to subscribe every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, for a great show. And they do have great guests, by the way. She don't offer none of those guests to come on our show, but it's all right. That's for another day. Just kidding. J-Rod says, Lions are the team to beat in the NFC. They are. Too bad they lost Hutchinson. Prayers to Hutchinson, but listen, today, putting up 52 points, a 50 burger. Now, it was the Titans.
It was the Titans. Let's kind of like pump the brakes a little bit. Like, they put up 40-something points on the Cowboys, 50-something on the Titans. Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
True. But with that said, to put 50-plus points is not easy on any team.
No, it's not. But
so,
on teams that you should beat, they actually, they took advantage of that. But let's pump the brakes on all the great talk of the Lions.
Yeah, you should be a motivational speaker for our Niners in the locker room when we play the Rams, because that's a team we should have beaten.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and the Cardinals as well.
And the Cardinals. Yeah. The Vikings, we play the Vikings in Santa Clara, we beat them. We play in Minnesota. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Minnesota, playing in Minnesota. No
Yeah.
idea.
It's so many years, though. It's not like a fluke is, one or twice. When you
Since
haven't won
92.
since 92 in Minnesota, that to me is a little bit more than a fluke, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I love the way she put the initials for your show. Yes, it is a great show. It's better than this one, to be honest with you. But we appreciate you hanging in here. She smiled, but she did not disagree. So that tells you.
You know what? Every show is different and unique in their own way.
I know. Listen, I have never been one to concern myself whether shows are better than mine or not. I do this because I enjoy it. I have fun when I go live with you or I go live with Pete and Brandon. Whether we have 3 people watching or 300, I really enjoy doing this. It is. I can never say the word therapeutic. How do you say it?
Therapeutic.
There you go. For me to do this. So when I see shows do better than mine, I'm happy for them. I'm like, go for it. It's because they're doing something right. So I do it for the fun, and I think a lot of content creators, and I can't speak for all of them, but most of them, they like to compete with one another, and I think that's when it becomes stressful. Then it becomes a job, and you got to be the best one out there, and you got to be the first one to break news. The first one, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's just too stressful. To me, it's once I lose the fun of it, I probably won't do shows anymore. I do it for the fun of it. We got a super chat. Now, I have to fix last year, and shame on me. Last year, I had a great way of bringing up a super chat for those that invested in my channel. I bought a new computer. I'm a big Apple computer. I bought a new computer, a better computer. I just and with Ecamm, which is a beautiful software to use to go live, but you got to do everything manually, and everything is written. There's not like the drag and drop where you do that with a StreamYard. You got to write every program that you see on here. So I haven't had a chance to do it, but yet I want to say thank you to J-Rod, a Cowboy fan. All right, Niner fans, J-Rod's a Cowboy fan, and he's giving super chats. That should tell you guys something. Thank you for the $1.99. Says, hoping for a good game. Have a good night. J-Rod, thank you for popping in, brother. Let me know if you have your own show. I will subscribe to your channel. I like going to different channels. I love watching different content creators talk about their teams, especially when they bring up great perspectives. But thank you for joining my channel tonight, our channel. Thank you for the contribution. Much appreciating. Good luck with today's game. May the best team win. Niners. Jason Catton says, same with me on my show. It's a great stress release for absolutely. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. Now, I don't make money. I don't need to make the money on this. When I get like super chats, that's great. That's a blessing. I usually use that money to buy stuff to give away back to those that view. I'm blessed that I don't have to depend on it. But those that work hard for money, hey, bless their heart. That's their job, and good for them. But I do it for the stress release.
We do it for therapeutic reasons as well. Like we joke, but we call it like a therapy session. Especially like, after big games like the Super Bowl and stuff like that. It helps to kind of like, talk through everything, and it's good like that.
Like with me, and again, every content creator has their niche. They have their style. And good for them. Power to them. I want everyone to be successful, regardless of what team you rep. Now, for me, it's more of a barbershop mentality. You walk into the barbershop, you're waiting to get your haircut from your favorite barbershop guy. You're sitting on the chairs with some other guys, and you're just chopping it up, talking about the week, talking about sports and so forth. That's the kind of atmosphere that I like to bring on my channel. Some people like to bring like the injury reports, who's getting signed, who's getting cut. And I'm glad that they do that. That way, those that watch all of us, you can get your taste of football from all of us. It's like going, and I'm a big boy, so I'm going to use food as an analogy. It's like going to a buffet table. You get to eat whatever you want, and what you don't want, you just leave it on the table. So, Jess, I got to get off because I got to go do some errands before the game tonight. Thank you for popping up with me, Jess, at the last minute. Again, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Check out the East Coast Red and Gold Show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Check out the Niners Now podcast. And on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m., 9:30 Eastern, check out the Niners Boys podcast here on the Niners Sickness channel. Thank you guys for joining us. Enjoy the game. Let's go Niners. Before we go, just give me a prediction.
I'm going 34-17 Niners. Let's go.
Oh, I love it. 34-17. I'm going to go 38-14 Niners. Let's go. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the show. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate each and every one of you. Until then,
Go Niners.
we're gone. Go Niners. Peace.